Hey folks, this is Brian. Got to play RQG tonight. I've got to get some kind of light thing so I'm not, the harbinger of death. Anyway, we got to play RQG tonight. One of the players was not able to make it, but said it'd be all right if somebody else ran his character. And just so happened that one of our previous players is back. He's deployed overseas. So he covered down for that character for this session. A short one for us. It was only just over 2 hours. And at the beginning of the live play, by the way, the live play is in the description. Excuse me. You can kind of do a recap of the whole thing. How did we all get started? And I even got confused because it's been going on for so long. And the zombies they've attacked have been reanimated a couple of times, and there was a trip back out of the town and then back into the marsh. And so make it a little confusing through there, but the gist of it is this is what's been going on. This is what we're doing. So the party is trying to vacate the sunken fortress. They're trying to get to a place where they can summon the Naiad. So the Naiad and then the Maki Shaman can then engage in spirit combat to free two of their party members from these passion spirits that are possessing them. And last session, they fought some zombies, and they're starting to head on their way out. And it so happens that there's going to be another encounter, so we ended that session a little early. So we started the session with that encounter. They're still in the below ground level part of the fortress, heading towards the southeast tower. It's got the staircase up. Coming down the staircase is another party of zombies. So these 4 zombies, 2 with spear and shield, 1 with 2-handed spear, jab, and then a bowman off to the side. So they come around the corner. Party comes around the corner. The party reacts. They kind of spread out. The 2 spear and shield with the 2 hex jab guy just moved forward, but the bowman stepped off one hex kind of thing. So he can fire at one end of the party without having to worry about melee stuff, right? Are the zombies really that smart? They've got intelligence, right? And everybody knows shooting the melee is a bad idea. So, well, they're only wearing leather. If they were wearing, maybe if they were wearing heavier armor, the bowman wouldn't worry about it so much, but who knows? But the zombies are actually able to attack on the first round, and nobody else was. A couple of them were casting magic. Restra keeps trying to do her blade sharp. Angrilar was trying to do blade sharp. The Hamakdi did his blade sharp on the first try. And Subutai shooting his bow. Yeah, he gets to shoot his bow. He gets to shoot his bow. And David. David's trying to cast strength, I think it is. And they all move forward, trying to cast magic, move forward, attack if they can. But nobody can attack that first round except for the zombies. And I don't remember them doing much at the beginning. But then combat ensues, right? Subutai gets to shoot a few times, but then he runs out of arrows, finally, and then moves forward to engage the zombie bowman. The zombie bowman's been shooting at Subutai, hit him twice, but his armor, sucked it up, so it wasn't an issue for him. And in this mass melee, Angrilar and David kind of shift around, so they're getting some side attacks. Zombies didn't go down, but once they started getting hit, they got hit in the leg a few times. So every single zombie went prone at least once. Well, went prone before they got killed, kind of thing. But the 2 hex spear zombie got the Hamakti in the right arm. Oh, he fumbled his parry, and the fumble of the parry was like a 97, which is wide open. Receive critical attack, a critical hit, from your opponent, kind of thing. So that was enough to mangle his arm because armor doesn't protect. And it was an impale. Took his arm down to -8s as far as he can go. He's got 4 hit points in his arm. But with the triple damage piece, incapacitated. So we did a little research on what exactly does incapacitated mean, because if you look in the back, look for incapacitated is not listed anywhere. So we're fumbling through the 3 different sections where we talk about weapons, damage, and healing. And essentially, you come across being incapacitated means that you can take no action, you cannot attack, and you can attempt to heal yourself if possible, kind of thing. And I took that as magical healing. I don't remember if I said magic or not, because I can't see you doing first aid if you're incapacitated, in shock, kind of thing. And that's different than going into shock from a special slash attack, which has a Constitution roll involved and doing some other stuff, right? So it was kind of confusing. So we're trying to figure out how much do we need to heal the Hamakti so he's no longer incapacitated. But we came around, okay, since incapacitated means he can heal himself, Hamakti still had rune points left, so cure wounds, pumps 8 magic points into it, and he's back up, no problems. And then he starts doing split attacks with his spear. And there's a one point where 2 of the zombies are down, so he's hitting one with the bonuses for being down, and hitting the other one bonus to be down. So he does some pretty decent damage to them, on and off. Daven, with his negate armor spell, sorcery spell on his rapier. Again, these guys are wearing leather, so a 4-point spell against 2 points of armor, automatic. So it's like they don't have any armor on. So that was able to do some decent stuff. He got a really good poke on one guy and took his arm down really fairly far. And then a second attack later on by Subutai was able to take him out. They took one of the zombies, spear and shield, down fairly quick. But the other 2, it took a long time before the 2 hex spear zombie and the other spear and shield to go down. Arrestra finally made her blade sharp roll, but she's fighting with a dagger because her battle axe is destroyed. Angrilar ends up rolling a fumble where he throws his sword 4 hexes right behind him into the same hex that David was standing in at the time. But fun things happen. He's got a short sword as well. It's kind of, I don't know about that, but I didn't worry about it. And then so he spends around getting that out and ready and going, kind of thing. Eventually, though, they chomp down all the zombies. Okay, so they're taking the 3 lieutenant zombies' bodies with them up, because they're going to chuck these bodies into the marsh to get the critters to eat them. They're first thinking the alligators in the central area, because they know there are alligators in there. But the marsh itself is right where they come out of the tower, and so it's the closest place to just dump them in there, kind of thing. And they want to grab these zombies' bodies and take them with them. So they're dragging 7 zombies' bodies. There's 5 of them, and they're dragging 7 bodies. So it's more like, take them out the stairs, go back. Take them out the stairs, go back. So it's going to take them like twice as long to get out of here. And I roll for a random encounter, and sure enough, there is one. So when they get to the top, dump all the bodies out, and there's something in the marsh coming towards them. So that's we ended the session. I knew this one fight was going to. They're zombies, right? They've got a ton of hit points. They don't react well to injury and that kind of thing. Which reminds me. Now, physical stuff they still would have reactions. It's other things that I would have gone off like incapacitated. Zombies don't get incapacitated. That kind of thing. So, all in all went well. I thought Scott handled the Hamaki pretty well, and he's used to playing RuneQuest 3 or even RuneQuest 2. So there's some definitions of things that he's used to being one way that with RQG are slightly different. And so we had to talk through a couple of those a few times. And then there's following exactly, okay, what exactly happened? A, B, C, D kind of stuff. We talk through it so we make sure everybody understands what's going on. I don't think I really had any issues with this session. It was going to be pretty simple, just a zombie fight again, and not more zombies. It's interesting though that David thinks there's something going on. There's a reason there's all these zombies, and there's something's going on that's behind everything with these zombies. And then they start talking, well, this is the ancient vampire. This is his marsh. Maybe that has something to do with it. But maybe they'll figure it out. I did mention to him, maybe when this is all over, you can do a divine intervention and find out. Because I know why. Happy gaming.